Hi everyone, welcome to Easy to Learn with ST7. So, in order to continue with the Sketcher workbench, so today's toolbar which we are going to cover is Profile. So, you can see it here. This is the Profile toolbar, and in this Profile toolbar, we have a arrow below certain commands. So when I try to drop down those arrow, I'll get another dialog box. So, so those dialog box has been enlarged and it has been made horizontal to show. So, for every drop-down menu commands, so everything has been expanded and been shown here. In order to make a toolbar vertical or horizontal, just hold the Shift key. So you can see you can make it as vertical or else horizontal. Okay, so let's get into the topic. So we are going to cover the complete profile commands which are available in this area. So the first one is known as the profile. So in order to know what is the tool and to learn self, some tips I would like to give. The first one is that just highlight the toolbar, just make a left click on it, and then if you move the cursor just next to the command, it pops up. The Catia pops up with the what is the command name. So now the command name is profile. So if I go to the next one, it shows rectangle. So in order, if I click outside and if I try to go there, you can see. So if this pop-up it's not showing up in some time, so in such cases, just click on the toolbar and then move the cursor near it. Okay, the first option is profile. Just let me select it. Profile is nothing but it's a combination of a line, circle, arc, sort of things. So when I try to move my cursor after clicking the command has been highlighted. When I try to move the cursor, you can see when I if I want to learn self, what I need to do next. So in such cases, you can see in the bottom, what is the next step needs to be carried out would be shown by the Catia. Click or select the start point of the profile. So let me click the start point, and we can see here, click or select the end point of the current line. So it is asking for the endpoint. Okay, and click or select the endpoint of the current line. So it gets keep on goes on. So in such case, so I've selected the top point, start point, and the end point. Now you can see automatically when I try to use that command, you can see here this dialog box opens up, and here we can see the line is being activated. So tangent arc. If you need to go for a tangent, just click on that. Immediately you can see the arc has been created tangentially. You can see the tangent symbol over here. And if I need to go for the third option, which is 3-point arc, so just select on it and the first point, second point. So the first point is over here, second, and the third. It goes on such a way. So this is the first option, which is known as profile. So let me go for the next one. The next one is rectangle. So you can see from the drop down menu, I have expanded it. So that toolbar is known as predefined profile. So it's a rectangle. So start point and then end point. The next one is oriented rectangle. So oriented rectangle, start point, end point, and with respect to that angle, we can see a rectangle has been created. And the next one is parallelogram in rectangle. So the the first point, the second point, and you can see it deviates in certain angle and maintaining the rectangle. The third option is elongated hole. So first point, the second point, and just drag the mouse and click. You can see elongated hole. And the next one is cylindrically elongated. The same hole which is being cylindrically, you can see I have clicked the center point of it, and from there to where it is being. So this is my start point and this is my end point. So in between that, a cylindrical elongated hole has been created. The next one is a keyhole profile. So the start point and the radius. So you can see the keyhole which has been generated. The next one is hexagon. So hexagon, it starts with the center. So when center is this, so when I click on it, I get the hexagon. Just rotate it how it's need to be placed. The next one is the centered rectangle. So in case I have some points where from that point I need to have a centered rectangle. So let me select this as a point. From there I can select a centered rectangle. The similar way centered parallelogram. So in this case, the centered parallelogram, let's see a parallelogram has been created between these centers, between these two. So this is the center of it. Now the third option, which is known as the circle, and from the drop-down menu, this is the toolbar which pops up. And let me go for those options. The circle. For the circle, it's very simple. Just select on the center point and drag the circle for the radius. The next one is a 3-point circle. So where we require a 3-point, the command itself says first point, second point, and the third point. And the next command is a circle using coordinates. So by using the coordinates, I can create the circle. So let me show you 50, 50 horizontally, and then I'll give 25 my radius of the circle and give OK. So you can see it here. It has created a 50 from the center, 50, 50, and the 25 is the radius of the circle. And the next one is the tritangent. So tritangent means with help of 3 lines. Let me create a triangle so it will be better to understand. So I have a 3 lines. So tangentially I need to create a circle matching these 3 lines. So we can use tritangent circle. So it asks for the first line, second line, and the third line, where a tangent tricircle has been created. So these are 3 options which are known as arc. The first arc, so the start point and end point. You need to select the start point and the end point. The next one, 3-point arc starting with limits. So here what I do is that 3-point arc starting with limits. The first point, second point automatically it generates, and the third point is we are supposed to click on it. And the last option is the simple arc option. So where it asks for the center and then the radius from where to where the arc has been required. So we have covered the circle options, and let me go for the third command which is known as spline. But when I elaborate the spline, you can see there are two options over there. The first is spline. Spline are basically used to create curved surfaces. So mainly it's been used for surface, different classes of surfacing and piping, tubing and electrical harness. So in such cases, these curves have been mainly used. So second point, third point, and fourth point, and it goes on. So it maintains the tangent. So in order to, when you click on the escape double time, it stops over there. So if I need to edit this spline, just double click on it and you can see the number of points which is being used. So in such cases, some of the point you will need to remove. So the highlighted point, you can see 7, I'll remove that point. And if I need to add a point, so let me say after this I'm going to add a point. Just go and click on the screen where you need to add a point. So a point is being added here. Or else we can just select on the point and we can manipulate it accordingly how the curve needs to run. The next option is nothing but it's a connect option. So in case the two curves is being open and we need to connect it. So let's say for me this line and this line needs to be connected. It's been connected. And let's say this line and this line needs to be connected. And the next option is known as ellipse. So inside the ellipse we have the conic toolbar. So the ellipse, it shows the click to define the center. So center of the ellipse, and the major axis is on this side and the shorter axis on this side. So I get an ellipse option. The next option is known as line. Just select on the line, start point, and then end point. We create a simple line and infinite line. So infinite line, it just click on the screen, so it goes infinitely, and we can trim it or erase it or break it down how much it is required. Bitangent line. So a line is between created between two circles. So let's say I've selected the bitangent. So I need a line from the circle of this side and the circle of this side. So the bitangent line has been created. Let me do it 1 second. Select on the circle on one side. The cursor where you select it is based on that the line will be created. So I've selected here the first one and the second point is over here. So I can see the tangent has been created. So bisecting line. So on the intersection we can see a bisecting line over here. So let's say this line and this line. So the intersection would happen here. So accordingly a line would be created over there. So you can see a intersection line is being created. Line normal to the curve. So this is the curve. So normal to the curve, exactly normal to this a line would be created. You can see over here, exactly normal to this perpendicularly 90 degree a line is being created. So guys, here completes the profile commands, and I believe I missed this option. This is known as an axis. So just select on. If you try to do some sort of symmetrical job or a rotate option, you can create this axis. This is for reference purpose. So down the line you will come to know it's not an it's a reference element, I would say. And the next option is known as point. So here is the point toolbar. Just click on the point, and this point is very important. You can just click on the surface where you require a point, and here the coordinate, using the coordinate. This is a similar option what we did it for the coordinate circle. So let me show you. I'll go for the 60, and this one would be 80, and I'll give OK. So you can see a point is being created over here. And here equidistance. So let's say I need to split this line equally with points. So just select on the line and you can see 10 points is being equally distributed. So in such cases I need a 5 point. So and click outside. So you can see 5 points has been created. And a point needs to be created on the intersection. So this is the first line and this is the second line. So on the intersection a point has been created. And this is nothing but a projection of a point, and I would like to explain this on the go of the tutorial, and during a profile I would like to explain so you will get where it needs to be used. So now we can see with respect to the profile and the drop down menu of it, so most of the commands has been covered. I believe this would be helpful for you guys, and these are the commands have been given by Dassault system uh, due to in order to go and create everything one by one. So we have some predefined shapes which we can directly take it and use it. So that is the main purpose of these comments. And I hope, guys, the session was very helpful. And we'll cover the rest of the comments in the next class. And thanks